Yes.
You're awesome, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
One of my partners was supposed to join. Another one of my partners was supposed to join in,
Oh,
but
you
I
got
don't
another
know
guy
what
joining
happened.
too?
Probably not. He was supposed to, but I can't get a hold of him, so it's just going to be us three.
All right,
Um,
just us three, man. No worries.
yes,
Heck
sir.
yeah.
So, what made you become a wrestler?
I one of the weirdest things is I never thought that I would get into it. And then when I was a kid, right, my brother used to tape the USA Network, and he would watch Saturday morning cartoons on the USA Network, and he'd let me watch the reruns of stuff, So I got to watch like GI Joe. I was super into GI Joe, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, but I had no idea that Sergeant Slaughter was based on a real person. So he would leave these Saturday morning cartoons, commercials and all. So you'd sometimes see Saturday morning superstars commercials for
Mhm.
wrestling. And at the end of them, sometimes it would end with Sergeant Slaughter looking to the camera saying, "You better be there," and that's in order. And my like 4-year-old mind was fucking blown. I'm like, what is this? This is real? Cartoons are real?
Fuck yeah.
So then I go watch that. And I'm like, this is just real life Street Fighter. I'm into this. And then because my parents, because we're immigrants and everything, we had the big satellite for a minute. So my dad had it so he could watch soccer. And I would look through the giant TV guide that came in, and I looked for anything that said wrestling. And as a 4-year-old, I discovered New Japan Pro Wrestling on a channel from the Netherlands. And the first thing I click on there, I see is Juice and Thunder Liger. I think, this is where the superheroes fight each other. I'm gonna fucking watch this. And then I was just hooked. I just hooked, man. I just started going into it all and everything. And then, man, it's just like it's like cocaine to me, And then
Shut that door.
when I was a teenager, my brother lived in Chicago, and I used to go to Ring of Honor shows. And I went to Ring of Honor shows in like '05, '06, and stuff like that. And I became super big into that, man. And I was like, I don't know, man. It's just that stuff just starts feeding into me, and I was just like, I need this, man. So, I just like one day I said, fuck it. I get one life. I'm gonna do wrestling. I've loved it since I was 4 years old. I'm gonna fucking do this, man. I don't care what the fucking anything it says, man. I'm just gonna do it.
And now look at you over here fucking killing it, dude.
Trying to.
Yes, yes. So, I really want to know this question. What's it like being from Russia and wrestling in the United States?
I love it, man. I've lived here since I was very young, so I barely had any interaction living in Russia,
Uh,
but man, I love it. I'm still blocked on Twitter by Vladimir Putin, which is still one of the funniest things to say. But man, I picked a fight with him in 2019, and he blocked me, and that's why I always bill myself as Vladimir Putin's least favorite wrestler, because I'm like, who else is fucking blocked by a world leader, man? Come on. So it's wild. I love wrestling in the United States, though. I love it.
yes, that was one of my questions, actually. You just answered it.
Hell yeah, yeah.
Fuck, I have to find it on
Two
here. But
birds,
I
one
was.
stone, my guy. Hell yeah.
Yes, I was like, where the fuck did Vladimir Putin's least favorite wrestler come from? Because I knew you was from Russia, but I didn't know if you like wrestled over there in your home country or not.
Haven't got a chance to yet. Like I said, I was born there and I moved there when I was like under 2. So I just like my experience is dealing with like just family members and stuff, but I've never got a chance to go there. I'd love to. There's some deathmatch guys in Russia who I think are fucking awesome.
Oh, Alex
Like
Naveed.
Alex Naveeb. I love him. I love what's her face, Piper Sweet. I think she's a psychopath when she's cutting that dude up
Oh
with
yeah.
scissors. I love those guys. I love to wrestle in blood and sand. I just need this war to stop going on, and then I can do that, man.
Hopefully they fucking chill it out.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so can we ask what's some promotions you're looking to get into in 2025?
Well, one of them just got announced. I will be doing ICW No Holds Bars in Chattanooga both nights, so I'm pretty excited that finally
Nice.
happened.
Yes.
That's been a
Yes.
long time coming because Danny's been trying to get me, but I was always like, Danny, you got to give me a little heads up, and more than 2 weeks, man, more than 2 weeks heads up. And he finally said, "All right, I got you." I'm like, "Let's do it, man." Uh, I still want to work for Horror Slam. I love to try them out. I'd love to.
Ooh.
Asylum. Everyone says Asylum is really cool to work for. I would like to try it out, man. I got friends who work there.
Yes. AWR.
AWR, my guy, yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Experience.
yeah, AWR, bro. They are
Man,
awesome.
my whole thing is this next year I want to just be in so many deathmatch tournaments. That's my whole thing because people are like, you got to do the tournaments to let people know who you are. So I'm like, all right, fucker, I'm gonna do as many as I can. Then I don't care what happens to my body. I'm just gonna keep going and going and going.
Fuck yeah.
Speaking on deathmatch tournaments, which one, since you want to do all these deathmatch tournaments, which one would you choose and why?
Fuck. Man, here's a weird one. I didn't say it, but I want to work for the Insane Eight. I like that one in Milwaukee.
Yes.
I like that company and everything. I've always liked the vibe of it, but I want to do Insane Eight. I want to do the scaffold shit like they've been doing, and I think that's wild. Uh, there's little ones that are like bucket list. It's like I kind of want to do Tournament of Death, man. I always wanted to do Tournament of Death. I always want to do King of Death. Those are just things I want to do because they're bucket lists. It's like I fucking was in Tournament of Death. I fucking did this, So I'm like, I want to grab by the horns, man. I just want to grab by the horns.
So I normally ask this question later on, but since we're on the tournaments, you got to get yourself into Carnage Cup. I mean,
Hey, I do it, man. I know it's crazy, but I do it. I do it all day
fucking, I
long.
love Carnage Cup. I love Deep South.
Yeah, Carnage
Head
Cup
up
is
the
awesome.
promoter.
Deep
He
South's
he
wild, man.
he would probably fucking work you. I mean, like you're a big name, and he takes care of everybody. And I put over a lot of the Deep South guys in the brand itself. I'm a
Hell
big
yeah.
Deep South guy. Um, Little Sicko was actually one of his biggest up and rising star right now, and then you got Bright Ones getting ready to retire. But yeah, I would love to see you down there in Deep South.
Hell yeah. Sicko,
That'd
I
be
watched
awesome.
him at that Heart Death Wish Cup this past weekend in Chicago, and I was very impressed. Him and Murdoch killed it together. That was a great match. And then, of course, him and Chuck in the first round was also super good. I'm impressed with Sicko, man.
I'd like to see you and him link up.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We can get
Fuck
crazy.
yeah.
Good.
Get crazy.
There would be a lot of blood in that because, I mean, like, from what I've seen just in your few matches, I've been following you for a while, but
Hell yeah.
from your few matches, all these matches you've done, there's not one thing I don't think you really won't do. I mean, you did fucking bear traps with Pero.
Yep. Did Bear
So,
Traps
and
with
I don't
Pero?
think there's one thing a Little Sicko won't do. He does fucking porcupine coils. We
I
know that
saw
shit,
that.
bro.
Yeah. That's just
So,
wild.
that would be a badass match. Ain't neither one of y'all gonna tap out. It's gonna be a fucking knockout drag out.
100%, man.
That's
100%.
true.
That was my question. Can we ask where the saying Putin's least favorite wrestler come from?
Yeah, that was because they made a post a while back in 2019. It was about a law they were passing in Russia, talking about like X number of people can live in each part of the city, like they're dividing everyone. And I just commented in Russian to the post. First post, all I said was, "I see we're taking pages from Stalin now," and then block. And I just thought that was the funniest shit. I screenshot it. For a minute there, I was thinking about just selling
Man.
on a shirt that just said "You've been blocked by Russian President Vladimir Putin," and I still think I might do it one of these days. But
What?
I was like, that was easy. I was like, that was too easy, brother. I thought you were gonna like do something else. Instant block.
I mean, that's fucking weird, though. Um, so who would you say gave you a run for your money?
Who would give me a run for my money?
Yeah,
Ah,
who gave
man,
you a run for your money in the ring?
man. There are guys that I've been in there with. Like, I've wrestled Masada twice now,
Yeah.
and every time he's a fucking badass. He just hits the shit out of you. It's fucking wild. Other ones, man, I just like love wrestling with Hoodfoot. Me and him have never had a one-on-one. We've been in like 3 triple threat matches, but we've never been in a one-on-one. And that guy hits like a truck. And I really want to just say like, hey, fucker, let's get in there one-on-one. I want to see what that's like, man. So that's what I'd say.
Killer Cash.
Killer Cash. I've wrestled him multiple times. That guy's
Yes.
psycho, man.
I had him on. We had him on not too long ago, about back
Yeah.
in January. He's a
That's
really
my
good.
dude. I love him. I love that
Yes, he
guy.
put
That's my
you
dude.
over, and I was like, I actually got an interview with Dimitri. I just got to finish up his
Hey,
questions.
there we
And he
go.
put you over and spoke highly about you, and I was like, I love Dimitri.
I love
Uh,
Cash. He's one of my people. Tough motherfucker, but he's one of my people.
do you go over your matches with your opponent, or do you just like go out there and do it? Because there's some workers who you already know, like they do like 5-10 minute sessions, and then some of them just go out there and say fuck it, we just plan nothing out. So
I'm right down the middle. I like to have a little bit, but if there's organic moments, man, you got to have those moments and just like play it off. Like I don't need to call like 5 minutes of material, but I can make it stretch out. We can play, we can have fun, we can keep going and going and going, man.
that's what.
I would say my biggest thing would be obviously there's the opposite one of ears open, mouth shut, listen to fucking people. That's always one, but otherwise, things like that is just like, hey man, opportunities come. Sometimes they don't come immediately. You just gotta fucking just like hang in there, because sometimes you're gonna want to do this, and it's gonna like, hey man, I want to fucking quit because this sucks right now. But then other times you gotta be like, no, hang on, hang on. Just those moments will come for you. Just wait. Just have the patience. That's all I always tell people.
I gotta say that's true because at one time, not too long ago, about like December of 2024, I was got in a dark spot, and I was like, thinking about like, should I carry on with the channel and this and that and the other, and then all of a sudden I see my fucking fan base, and I was like, this is what there's actually people out there that love us, so I felt good about that. So,
Oh yeah.
um, how is it being Wrestling Rave's deathmatch champion, the longest and the current champion?
Man, it feels great to hold up that brand. I feel like deathmatch is what really got WrestleRave over to begin with. I know that they initially were trying other things when they first started the company, and I've been proud to wave that flag. Whether it was wrestling in Mexico for with the title, or going to Australia and defending that title and making it a world title over there. I'm happy that they've taken that chance with me. And hell, man, I love doing those Death Triads. Those are fun tournaments. So. That last one was a fucking war. I love that shit. If I don't know if you
Hell
got a
yeah.
chance to watch that, yeah, that one I'm really proud of,
So
especially that finals.
how was your trip and experience to Australia?
Man, Australia was wild, dude. Deathmatch Down Under, those guys definitely know how to fucking party and go crazy, dude. I loved it. I wish I could have stayed a little bit longer, even because I think they were trying to get me down to New Zealand for that tournament that Vic Craig
Oh,
was running the next week. I had obligations I had to do, but man,
that's
I love it. They want me down for Dream, man. So we'll see if we can line it up. They talked about it already.
oh
They want me in
fuck
that Dream tournament, and I'm like,
yes.
yeah. Joel's my guy. I love Joel Bateman. That's one of my people as well.
I need to sit down and interview Joe sometime. I've been saying that and telling the fans that, but I've never got around to it. Yeah, I want to go to Australia. I'm not gonna lie, but I have a arachnophobia when it comes to spiders.
I didn't see anything. That was the wild. I was the same way. I was like, man, I don't know about this. But while I was there, I don't know how I did it. I avoided every one of those big ass spiders. I didn't see any of them. Well, I saw them at the zoo. That's it. In the wild, I didn't see any of that. And I was like, the first 2 days, I was like, man, am I getting bit by something that's gonna kill me? Just
See, that's my problem.
everything's poisonous here. Fuck. But
People
thankfully nothing got me, and I was like, I don't know if I'm the luckiest guy ever, or they got really good pesticide. I don't know.
people like, well, what's one country you'd want to go to? And I'm like, because I have some Australian friends and fans, and I'm like, they're like, would you come over here? I'm like, I want to, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have arachnophobia so bad. Like, I'm not scared of snakes or nothing,
He
but
said,
yeah,
heck
yeah.
no. He said, he ain't
spiders?
going nowhere with no spiders. He can ride them like camels. Fuck that.
Exactly. I'll go to like United Kingdom. I'll go to
Yeah.
Germany. I'll go to fucking Japan. I'll go to fucking South Korea. But no, no, it's just no. My grandfather was watching a spider movie the other day in the living room. I'm like, oh
Oh
no,
yeah.
fuck you, I'm getting out of here. He was like, what? I was like, I cannot withstand a. No, I just can't with a spider. So, what is your worst injury or your major one?
The worst injury, it's probably this guy on my back. That's I can't see it very well.
Oh shit!
It
That big
goes
mark.
it goes deep down. So what happened was, man, you know they always have fans bring the weapons matches. Sometimes
Yeah.
they ain't checking what they bring.
Yeah.
Well, they brought this thing that was a pool noodle that had a dinosaur head on top of it, and instead of having the spikes on the back, what they did was they removed them and put actual wine glasses. So when the guy grabbed it from all I said to my opponent, I said, "Hey, I don't care what you do, grab something and hit me with it." Is all I said. He grabs this fun noodle thing, he whacks me with it. The wine glass breaks off, stabs into my back. Now, it was about that deep inside of me, and it went down. So it stabbed me and got deep in there. I just pulled out my back. I'm like, let's keep working. And then we're wrestling more and more. And then the referee's like, hey, man, take it home. Hey, man, take it home. I'm like, oh, dude, we're okay. I take a bump. I look on the ground. I'm like, man, there's a lot of blood. What's that from? He's like, that's you. Oh, okay. Well, we got some more time. We're going to play more. And I get to the back.
Crazy.
I get to the back, and I look on my back, and like, oh, I see now. And it's like open like this wide and everything. It's super deep. I'm like, I guess I gotta go to the hospital then, huh? I tried to glue it shut. I really tried, and it was just like, all right, let's go. And I got about 13 stitches and some internal ones too. And I was just like, man, I didn't like, I don't know, man. It was pretty wild. I was bleeding like crazy.
Fuck me. I got 3 in my knee, and that was plenty enough. I was a dumbass,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
had the hedge trimmers, and I decided to put my knee up on some unlevel ground, and it should have cut my neck off. And I guess guardian angel or whatever, it come down and sliced my knee,
Ooh.
and I felt, I seen my pants had a cut in them. I'm like, oh fuck, I just keep working. Well, sure enough, I felt something running down my leg, and it was all warm and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Shit.
And so I stick my fingers in my jeans, and I'm like, red, what blood? What the fuck? So I go over there and I ask his uncle, I'm like, hey, Uncle Scooby, I need a Band-Aid. He said, what for? So I unbutton my jeans and pull my pants leg up because I had another pair of pants. No, I had my shorts on. I pull my shorts up and he goes, that ain't a Band-Aid. You need stitches. No, I don't. No, I don't. Scooby goes, oh, shit, let's go get your dad. I'm like, uh-huh. They go across the street a little bit, go get my dad. I laid out on the concrete, and he said, yep, my jeans. Hospital bound.
Woo.
No, we ain't going to the hospital. Yeah, you are. Fucking went to the hospital, got 3 stitches in my knee. Tried to break the damn doctor, was going to hit the doctor, almost broke my wife's hand.
Oh, wow.
And then, let's see, that was about 3 months later, because that was in October, so about 34 months later in March, the same doctor looked at my wife and said, you're pregnant. And I had my little boy, my first son.
Okay.
So I was like, ain't this fucking coincidence, bitch?
Same doctor and everything. That's some fate.
Same doctor that gave me stitches, the same student aid or whatever that come in with me, everything the same when my wife got pregnant. I'm like, what the fuck?
Fucking
This
wild.
is practically the same. I'm like, and the bad thing is, this is practically the same time I got stitches in my knee at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. That doctor comes in there and like, you're pregnant. I'm like, am I missing something here? Are we in some coincidence universe or some shit? Same time? I'm all about coincidence. I have another coincidence, if you want to hear it, real quick.
Sure.
So, my grandmother was named Teresa. My uncle's girlfriend's named Teresa. My wife's a redhead. She's a fucking redhead. I have so many coincidences happen. It's not even funny, dude.
Dang. A lot of fate going on. A lot of fate going on.
Yeah, I could just sit here and tell you that, but what is Satu's Jen's blade like besides it hurts like hell?
Besides it hurts like hell, fuck, that's what I was gonna say about it, man. It definitely hurts like fucking hell. Especially when it's in your mouth. That was that is brutal,
Yes.
man. That is brutal when it's in there. Uh, I guess the other thing I can say about it is it's surprisingly light. It's kind of it's not too heavy. That's one thing I'd say. But outside of that, it's sharp as hell and it hurts like hell, man. So
I understood
when
that.
it's right here, you're like, oh god, why is it so light? That's what I was kind of thinking.
Sorry. Besides Australia and Mexico, is there any other place you would like to do death matches in?
It's always number one for me, and ever since I first got into wrestling, there's only one goal I always say, and that's Japan. I wanna do I
Everybody
gotta do
wants to go to Japan, man.
Man, I know. I definitely wanna. I'm in that same boat. That being said, I'd still do like UK. I definitely want to do UK.
Oh, that'd be
Man,
nice.
I love the UK. I'm talking to someone right now, and I get my hopes up yet, but that's something that might happen this year, and I'm really into that. But Japan's the goal, man. Japan's the goal. I always tell people, I say I gotta go to Japan twice. Once so I could get there, and the second time show they want me back just because I did that well. That's what I always tell people. That's the number one goal in
What's
wrestling.
up? Yes,
You
yes.
don't you can't just go once. You gotta go twice. That means you were good enough to be brought back, and that's why I tell people. That's what I want.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, have what was it like going against Pero besides Hell and Heavy Metal Wrestling? I fucking loved it, that match.
That was the first death match I actually used glass in, and
Oh,
it's wild
shit.
to me. Going off that stage, that sucked. Then knocked me out for about 8 seconds. That was brutal. That was because he meant to chokeslam me through that door and stuff, and he kind of missed and put me through that chair in the light tube cabin, and I was just like, hey, that sucked ass. That's all I can remember. It's all I remember. But at the same time, I was like, that was fun. I think I want to do this again. Because man, I
It
don't know.
was. Sorry.
It's okay, man. I think that's when I officially caught the bug. If they say what everyone says when they do death matches, when you officially caught the bug. I mean, wrestling. My first death match was against Masada, and
I
in 2018.
Oh,
Not
God.
not the not, there's that one I did the tournament with, but then there's one that I wish people could find. It's from old ACW in Austin, man. And that was my first time I ever did a death match, and that was like we used barbed wire, we used the skewers, we had tons of chairs and everything like that. You know, a little bit of a I think we had a razor chair. That
oh
that match
shit.
that match was awesome, and I was like, oh man, I like death matches. And then I did the Pero match, and we used glass and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, I'm addicted. This ain't good.
That
I
match
love
was
this shit.
fucking brutal.
Bear traps,
That
man.
match
Those
was,
suck. The bear traps suck.
dude.
When you see me
That
hit that when I go choke slammed off the stage into that thing, the reason why my head cut open as much as it did is because one of those traps snapped on my head, and it was just like,
Oh.
oh, that sucked. But that
and
being
Heavy
said,
Metal.
man, always would do it again. Would do it again, not in a heartbeat.
I don't see how y'all could just want to do that stuff again. It's so amazing to me, and that's why like I chose the. I can't really be a wrestler because I got a permanent scar in my head.
Right.
But I've always like been amused and astonished by what the hell y'all can do and what y'all choose to do.
Yes.
And heavy metal wrestling, did you make the bear trap door that Pero put you through?
I did. I did.
I kind of figured that you did because I was watching that and I was like, I get the vibe that this is something that Dimitri would do. So I'm gonna write this down and ask him. That's a good fucking idea, though. I like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and
I
it's something
tried
that
to.
you really don't see.
Yeah, I tried to be different. I tried to be different, man. And I did that one more time in the first WrestleWave Death Triad. We did a another bear trap door for them there, and I put Sky Lacrimosa through that one, and
Ooh.
I was like, now you know what it feels like, fucker.
Hey, I just watched that match like last week.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I watched that whole tournament. I seen that. And I had to rewind. I had to look myself to see what was on the door. I was like, "What was that?"
Yeah, exactly. A lot
It
of
was
people are
on.
just
Dude,
I was
shocked.
like,
They're shocked by it. It's a big shock factor.
that I mean, I like the things that, the new things that's being made, and people bringing in different weapons and new weapons and shit.
Yeah.
So I like that. Is there anything you would like to plug? Upcoming shows, social medias, promotions, promos, etc.?
Sure, man. Of course, I've always got to put over the on social media. If you want to follow me, it's Instagram. It's Dimitri_Alexandrov. I got a Twitter, Dimitri Killbear, all one word. I know it's X. I'm gonna call it Twitter. I can't get used to that. I can't. I
I
can't.
understand that.
And then I got my Facebook course. Add me on there. I'll add you back. No worries. Shows plug-in. Next week, I'm doing some of the South by Southwest festival shows here in Austin. I'm doing Uncanny. I think there's going to be a Circle 6 show. They're not saying what date yet because they want to be fun about this. They haven't told me it's going to be Friday or Saturday, and I'm just like, guys, it's 10 days away. Let's do this. But we'll figure it out. There might be a no-ring death match somewhere in Austin then. And then, of course, I'll be working for Baracho Pro, a triple threat match there. And then I'm going to plug the ICW show coming up in May in Chattanooga, guys. Check it out. Me and Doctor are decked on night 1. Night 2 opponent, they're going to announce here soon. It's going to get crazy, all in the chains. I'm really excited to do that. And like I said, guys, just keep following me. I got some more updates. This year's going to be big. I'm telling people this. This year's going to have some big stuff, so just keep following along. Just keep following, guys.
I'm ready for it.
Oh, and of course, I got a big cartel if you want to buy a t-shirt. Dimitri Alexandrov, Big Cartel. I got shirts on there, guys. I got used gear. I'm always selling shit, guys. So, hell yeah. Always on there.
Oh, well, I know what I need to go look at.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm more of one that buys used stuff like merch, the weapons and shit. I actually have Sadisto, the referee from Deep South, referee shirt from Carnage Cup 13.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I sell a lot of the shirts I wear in deathmatch tournaments. I get it. So hell yeah, dude.
Oh, fuck yes. So that was one of my fucking questions too. Do you sell used merch, weapons, or clothes?
Definitely,
Awesome.
the shirts and stuff, and I have one pair of pants that's from the Death in the Family tournament that I won.
Oh.
Selling that online right now. Weapons, I'll sell, like, if I've used a gusset at a show, I'll sell it right there. I'll sell it with my blood on it, man, all day long. So heck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I might have to go check out something. I get paid between tonight and tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to go check that shit out.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Appreciate that.
So, what's that match that you've never done but you want to?
Oh, I mean, everyone's gonna say the obvious, and they're gonna say I want to do exploding rope barbed wire, but what's the other one? I did dry ice. That was one I would have said a while back. I've done dry ice now twice, and that's wild. I think the next one I really, really want to do is, man, I think a full blown bare boards match. I haven't got to do one yet. I've done a bare board spot here or there, but I haven't done like a full match with the bare boards, and I think I need to do that one.
Now, at the end of the day, I'm happy with any type of match stipulation. I'm a deathmatch fan. I'm, satisfied with pretty much anything. But my favorite match, you don't see many people doing, and I understand why, but I'd like to see you in a no rope flaming barbed wire match.
Fuck yeah, I do that all day long.
Yeah,
all day long, man.
yes.
I don't know if it hasn't come out yet, but I'm gonna give you guys a little spoiler. When the last show I did for Deathmatch Down Under in Australia, I covered my knee in gasoline and lit it on fire and kneed the guy in the face. So I will tell you that happened.
Oh,
and,
heck yeah!
I was not afraid at all of fire, man. So now I'm like, I guess I'll do fire now.
Heck yeah!
I'm a big fan of fire. I know that, fire's unpredictable. I know what it can do. I've seen what it can do. I've burnt my wrist. I've burnt my side.
Yeah.
I'm used to fire. My mom was in a house fire. She made it out and everything okay, but I'm used to fire. Fire's, not my friend, but fuck it. And I'm trying to see who all would do like no rope flaming barbed wire. I'm all about fire as long as the people okay it and they don't get hurt at the end of the day. Not like ICU or some shit or die.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. Like a burn, that's gonna happen, but as long as they don't get majorly hurt or, something You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
fine with
yeah.
it. As long as they are okay with it, I'm fine with it.
Damn right, man. Yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat. I'm not afraid. I know, like you said, fire's not my friend, but I'll do it. I'll do it all day long.
Yes,
Heck yeah.
sir. Do you have a favorite deathmatch stipulation?
Man, favorite stipulation. Immediately, what comes to mind, not exactly. I love them all. I just love deathmatch. I'm definitely a guy who thinks it doesn't have to just be, obviously, I don't think a deathmatch just has glass. I definitely stand by that one. It's more than just glass. I'm definitely into that circumstance. But I'll say this: I love those panes of glass matches, though. Like when you do those
Hmm.
crazy ones, I love that shit, man. Shit's fun.
We need to get you in King of the Death Matches.
I want to. I would love to do that, man. That's like that's a bucket list, like I said.
Heck yeah. That'd be awesome.
You're liking the panes of glass, and dude, honestly, if you go to Carnage Cup and you make it to the finals, there's the U-Haul spot, and there's that
I
all
saw it.
panes of
I saw
glass,
that
dude.
one.
I'd love to see you in there.
Sakura and Sicko on that
Little
Spanish
Cinco,
wall.
yes.
That was wild, man.
I mean, him and his brother, they had their second match, Little Sicko and Schizo.
Schizo, yeah.
Fucking, I didn't know what to fucking think. Like, these workers, I mean, like, I'm just happy to be able to, like, witness what the hell y'all could do because
Hell
all
yeah.
of y'all are different. So, um, what's a deathmatch weapon that you kind of favorite or is your favorite?
My scissor bat all day long. I love that
Your
scissor bat,
scissor
man.
vet?
Yeah,
Fuck yes.
I
I
love
mean,
that thing.
I love scissors. But you know, they come out to be they come to be a kind of like a dick at the end of the day. So well, it depends on who's having them. Like
Sure. Yeah.
Decatur, um, Jimmy
Everyone
Lord.
remembers the one with Jimmy in Takeda. That's the one that everyone remembers, man.
Jimmy has a bad history with scissors.
He
G.
does.
Raper tried to kill him with scissors. Decatur. It's just the scissor curse with Jimmy Lord.
When me and Jimmy work one of these days, I'm gonna pull out and he's just gonna be like, "No, no, absolutely not."
He gonna run
And
out of goddamn venue.
I'll completely understand if he says no to that with his bad luck.
I could understand that. Like, I say that, you know, G. Raver had that man basically in tears and he had him
Oh
tied
yeah,
up. I mean, I didn't know how to feel because, like, I do have an interview or supposed to have an interview or whatever with G. Raver. I got to go back with him. And I
yeah.
seen that and I was like, when I first seen it, you know, I was like, oh my fucking God. And then when I ran it back, I was like, this man ain't fucking playing.
Heck no.
Um, who is your biggest rival? You and Brick Savage seem to have a long story.
Oh yeah, Brick's my buddy, but also me and Brick keep having these matches together. Right now we're friends. Everything's good, but hey man, things can always change. And if it does, me and Brick are gonna have a crazy death match. I'm gonna say it right now. For some reason, anything changed with me and Brick Savage, we're gonna have a crazy ass death match this year. I'm telling you.
Fuck yes. What's your hobbies out of the ring?
Out of the ring, man. I like going to the gym and stuff, but that's fine. I'll play games. I'll watch horror movies. That's my big things. Just playing games and watching horror movies. That's my big thing, guys. I used to be get this. I played hockey for about 11
Oh
years of my
shit.
life before I had my Achilles tendon ripped out of my leg,
Oh
skateboarding.
shit.
And I've always had a high tolerance for pain, I guess. And then going into wrestling, I just kind of transferred over. I already had this high tolerance. But yeah, I still watch hockey. I miss playing it though. I'll be honest, I do. But
Is
eh,
that what made you get into wrestling? You messing up your Achilles tendon?
that was part of it, and I missed the physical aspects, and then it just was part of the reason why I was like, I want to do this because I was at one point in my life I thought I was going to be a professional hockey player because how much I was playing, how good I was getting,
Oh yeah.
and right before I graduated high
Shit.
school, I was getting looked at by Boston College, possibly for doing a full ride for
Oh shit.
hockey in college, and then That's when I tore my Achilles tendon, and that was just like, that kills you, man. I had to wear a boot my entire senior year of high school. Shit fucks you up, man. You tear the whole thing out of your leg like that.
Shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh shit. Damn, dude.
Yeah, it's all wild, man. I'm okay. That was years ago at this point, man.
So
I love it.
what's your favorite horror movie?
The Thing. I love the Thing. I love that. I love the practical effects, man. That shit's just. I love how gory it is. It's so good. I love it.
Have you ever seen Terrifier?
Yeah, of course.
So I watched the first two, and
Yeah,
the third one.
I haven't
I
seen the
was
third
sitting
one yet.
there,
I haven't seen the third one just yet, but I've seen the first
and
two.
I won't tell you about the movie, but I'm sitting there, and I'm getting into the movie, and I'm sitting watching one with my wife. My kids are asleep, and
Yeah.
within the first 20 minutes, I reach up and I fucking grab my damn gun, and I have full metal jackets in it. And I'm sitting there, goddamn fucking loaded gun right between
I
my damn
remember
legs.
this.
I had holstered my gun and everything. My wife's like, "Babe, what are you doing?" I'm like, honey, we live right behind some fucking railroad tracks. I'm getting ready to blow this motherfucker to smithereens. He walks through my door." She's like, "Put it up." I'm like, fuck no. She's like, "We're turning the movie off." I'm like,
I
no.
remember this. He called
She's
me on
like,
the phone. He video chats me. Sitting there, and I said, "Cuz, you okay?" He goes, "Yeah." I looked down. I said, "Hey, cuz, why your pistol in your lap?" He said, "Hell no." He said, "I was watching Terrifier 3, bro." He said, He said, "Nope, not today." He said he come to my house. He said, "I'm shooting his ass."
He's like, I'm Pillman. I'm right Pillman right now, going across the house.
I
I love it.
fucking, I heard a noise, and I'm getting up. I'm going through the fucking house like goddamn Rambo or something.
It's wild, man. That's wild.
I was like, I, then my wife, we heard that Terrifier 4 was going to drop. My wife's like, "You going to watch it?" And I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I'm just going to get me a goddamn shotgun."
Lord.
I
Um,
love it, man.
so switch, you playing video games, what do you play on? Do you have a favorite game you play?
Man, I mean, like lately, it's just like I got a Switch and I got my PC that plays pretty well, man. And on PC, I'll play like anything from watching. I'll play horror games on there a lot, man. I'll do things like Phasmophobia and stuff like that, and then like horror games. Like I'm replaying Silent Hill right now, so I've been doing
Hey,
that shit. Yeah.
Ooh, the original Silent Hill or the remake Silent Hill?
Currently the original. I'm doing that right now because I can emulate it, but I want to play that
Oh,
remake. I want to play
that
that
was an
remake of
awesome
Silent Hill
ass
2.
game. I played that when it first. Oh, so awesome.
Yeah.
I remember when it first came out. I was like, oh.
I love
you
playing
play?
retro horror. I love playing retro horror games, man. They're fun.
Do you play fucking Dead by Daylight or
Yeah, I do play a little bit of
Texas
Dead by
Chainsaw
Daylight.
Massacre?
I play a little bit of Dead by Daylight. I got some friends who are really good at it. I'm just over here like, hey man, I'm just happy to be here.
That's him
played
and
Dead.
me. He can play the crap out that game. I play that game and I'm like, I swear, bro, I feel like I'm a 2-year-old kid running around, don't know what I'm doing. I be
Exactly.
confused like, hey, I'm like, what am I supposed to do in this thing?
The only thing I'm pretty good at in that game is I'm really good at like just looping the guy. If they keep chasing me,
Oh
I will run
fuck!
forever, and they hate me for that. So I'll be like, I'll distract them. Everyone else can live. I'm gonna die. It's okay, guys. I'm just gonna distract this guy because I don't know what the hell I'm doing in this game.
I fucking hate the loopers, dude. Ooh, I'm a killer, man. What? She's like, "Well, you get to deal with her." I'm like, "God fucking damn it! Fuck you." Yeah, so I'm not allowed to play video games like really late at night. I mean, I
Yeah.
will, but if it's like an online game, I get to hear her mouth. So, oh well,
Hell
fuck.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite video game, TV show, or movie?
Oh, let's see. Okay, favorite movie. Let's see. God damn, this has changed like 6 times. I used to fucking love the shit out of Gladiator, but now I don't know anymore. Fuck. Man, I'm a big sucker for. Here's the thing. I'm a big sucker for Godzilla movies. I love all those. I was a big on Godzilla growing up as a kid, and I still am to this day. I love all the new shit. That's all fun. Let me see. Like game wise, man, I used to play the shit out of old Metal Gear Solid games, like Metal Gear
Oh
Solid
yeah.
3. they're remaking it. It's gonna be Delta this year. I'm excited to try that out. That was like my favorite game from back in the day when I was a teenager, and that shit is
Fucking
like
Metal
my
Gear
favorite
Solid
game of all
4.
time. Yeah, man, that's my shit.
Snake, yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
So, how do your friends and family feel about you being a wrestler or a deathmatch wrestler?
My parents absolutely hate it. I call it. You get those pictures of me covered in blood, like that one right there behind you, and I call those a sorry mom picture, right? Because then I'll get a phone call, and my tiny little Russian mother will be like, "How do you do this? This is horrible. I don't understand." And it's just like I feel so bad, and she's so mad at me for it. I don't know, man. Like my family, my friends are all down with it now. My family begrudgingly likes it, but they hate the death matches. They hate the death matches. They weren't a big fan of me getting into wrestling, and then when I started doing death match, they fucking hate it. It's wild to me. And then my mom will be like, they don't do that on TV. And then I'm like, they literally had Nick Gage versus Chris Jericho do glass on TV, so go fuck yourself. I want to be like that. And I don't know, man. It's funny. It's so funny.
No, but so what's your reaction or your thoughts when someone says wrestling is fake?
Hell, you don't know shit. That's my first thing I say.
Thank you.
Or I'll just take my shirt off, be like, is all this fake? I didn't know that. Fuck. I was doing this wrong, I guess, then. Shit, I didn't know it's fake.
I was watching a video the other day, and it's like one of them, videos that them famous people, like them famous business pages, share, and you get all them motherfuckers that want to shit on wrestlers or deathmatch wrestlers, and it says,
Yeah.
like, yeah, and that's where that question comes from, because I seen you in the video, and it was like all for a hot dog and a handshake, or that's sugar glass, or I'm like, that's, bullshit, and I'm like, let's go to the man that's actually in this video, and let me write down this question here, and why don't you pussies check out the video? Or you want to furthermore it, what I like to tell people when they say, well, that's a blood pack, because I show some wrestling, and they're like, that's a blood pack. I'm like, okay, which wrestler you want to step in the ring with? And
exactly.
I'll show them a wrestler, and they're like, oh, no, I'm not fighting him. I'm like, but it's fake, remember?
I say it as, when you can stop typing and saying shit with your mouth and get in the ring and do what they do, then you can talk.
Damn right.
Then tell me if it's fake or not. I took a skewer to the head. There was nothing fake about that shit.
Nope.
Not one bit fake. One bit. No.
I did a fucking light tube, and
they may make it look better than I did, but I promise you that I guarantee when they walk out in that back, they're like, oh shit, that hurt like a motherfucker.
Exactly.
I was watching somebody last night, and I was watching a show, and they was talking about when like they take a skewer to the head, and then the shampoo, and the little hose when they go to wash their hair, and they're like the hose burn like a son of a bitch, and I'm like, oh my god. So you've probably heard the story about me taking the light tube.
Yes.
And my wife grabbing out a piece like that fucking big out of my back, and I'm like, dude, it was my first time ever, and they want me to take a gusset now, and I'm like, no, we ain't probably doing no gussets.
I'm down. No. I'm cool with it.
Do it. Gusset's cool, man. I'm
cool with it.
It sucks right here, but like you take it to the chest or the arm, man. Hey, man, it's not too bad. I got a crazy pain tolerance though, so maybe I'm not the best person to ask on that.
So everybody was like, when I first dropped the light tube video, everybody's like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And Brian White, you probably know Brian, see me talk to him a lot. Yeah. He's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Your wife cocked that fucking light tube back and swung." I'm like, "Yeah."
She followed through, motherfucker. She really followed through on that.
He's like, "Let me speak to her." So I give him the phone, and he's like, "Hey, yo, you beat the fuck out of my boy." I mean, bro, when I say she cocked back, she took it behind like her head and just whack. And I'm like,
I watched the video from my house live, and then I called him and I said, "And you wanted me to give you the light tube shot?" I said, she hit you full force. I said, I would have hit you way worse than that. Your whole black would have been fucked up. I'm telling you. Because I would have hit you like they do on TV. I'd have come back and made it sound like a cannon went off in that mother.
Damn right.
I'd have been like, boom.
Protect the business. Yeah, hell yeah. I love it.
So, how did you get started into wrestling?
Well, so when I first get out of college and everything, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a job. I got an office job. It sucked ass. But at the same time, I'm sitting there. I'm in an office. I'm listening to a podcast, and I'm like, everyone's like, you have a good, comfy job. You have a comfy job right now, and I'm sitting there in this stupid suit, with my hair slicked back and everything. I said, I'm fucking miserable. Like I said, that's when I decided. I was like, I got one life. I'm gonna take it, but I'm just gonna fucking jump and do it. So I go look up wrestling schools nearby. I found local companies. I went to some local company for a minute that was like, God bless them. They were carny as shit. They were just trying to get money out of me. That's what I kind of realized at this point. A guy named Brian Breaker, who was one of Harley's main trainers, saw me doing all this stuff for them, and he's like, "What are you paying these guys?" "Oh, I'm paying $100 a month. $100 a month to train once a month and build their ring and shit like that." He's like, "Come with me," and he had just started school, and he says, "I'll charge you nothing. Come in and I'll train you." And I went there, and he took care of me, showed me how to do everything, man. And I'm just like, I'm so forever grateful to that guy, Brian Breaker. He got to wrestle in Japan a few times. Great guy. I love him. I have nothing but nice things to say about that guy. If it wasn't for that guy, though, would never have truly got to where I am today without him. Just a complete badass.
Fuck yeah. So how has the business changed from your point of view since you first came in?
It's definitely changing. It's just I think it's easier to get into it. I really do. I think a lot more. Maybe just because the internet's gotten a lot more open and you can find things a lot easier. I think that's really it. I don't think it's changed too much, but like at least you know where things are. Because like when I first got in, I was like, "Fuck, what am I looking up here? Like, what is?" I was looking up, trying to find schools, trying to find companies, and back when I first started and I started looking for stuff in 2013. I was like, man, I can't find shit. So
I feel that. Like
I think things are getting easier. I think things are easier to find.
When I first started YouTube, I had another YouTube channel, and I was like, I can't find shit on how to edit videos. Like the technology wasn't there then. It was like 2016, 2015.
Yeah.
And like nobody would help you back then, give you editing sites or wouldn't even tell you what it's called. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, I didn't do that shit. But yeah, I was talking to True Blood the other day, and he was like, well, it's definitely different than when I broke in. We used to get the dog shit beat out of us back in the 90s and the 2000s because other wrestlers didn't want you taking their spot. The old people didn't want you to shine. They wanted the fame all for themselves. And I'm like, I've heard that a lot. Like, and now I feel like the legends understand, I have to train this one to put him, take my place. I don't have to, give him the torch, but show him the ropes, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
And it's an honor if a certain wrestler gives you the torch. So I feel like that's another thing that's changed over the years. The older veterans and the older guys are becoming more accepting of the, newer guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I've noticed that too. When I first came in, they just tried to. I've seen how they have guys come in now to schools. And I'm like, you guys are lucky. Because when I first came in, they were like, even though Breaker found me, he was like, hey, man, you're going to do so many Hindu squats. You're going to do so many push-ups. They're just trying to make you quit. They're trying to make you quit. They want you to, like, earn it. But, like, you have to have that, hey, fuck you. You got to, like, kind of tell yourself right inside of you. You have to be, fuck you. I'm not giving up. This is my thing. I want to do this. And you just keep telling yourself when it's going through all that hell, They don't try to fight you as much, man, but they try to make your body break down on you. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I was like, I couldn't give up. That's why I said to myself.
Yeah, Drew was like, his trainers, and when he was first breaking in, was harder on his body than his whole career. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, your career should be harder than, you're breaking into the business. Um, what is the most memorable advice you have ever received?
I don't know if you guys know Ruben Steele. He is
Oh, yes.
he's
You
kind of
remind me of him.
well, he's if you check it out, I got him to come out with me for the finals of the Death in the Family tournament. I got him to come out of hiding because he's been ever since he got injured, he's been he's out of the industry entirely. But Ruben, he's kind of been like a big brother to me, and that guy, he's just like he gave me one advice. He says, "You can be a nice guy, but when that bell rings, stop being a nice guy." And I think that's something that is stuck with me for forever. I do pride myself on being one of the more friendly guys in the ring, outside the ring, but in that ring, I'm going to let you know 100% that this is my area, this is my domain, and I'm going
Yeah.
to let you know what the hell's up.
So, like, does Ruben have any plans to come back, or he's just,
That shoulder is completely messed up. He's happily okay with everything, so he can pick up his kids and stuff, but that left shoulder, especially after that last match he had with Eric Ryan, I think it's just shot. So I love Ruben. If he came back, it'd be cool, but as of right now, nothing yet.
yeah, let him, enjoy his retirement with his babies and all that. I
Yeah.
respect that. He had a great run, and I got to give it to him.
Definitely.
Does he
He's the
do,
guy.
like, does he still interact with wrestling, like, talk to the boys and stuff, or does he just give it all up?
He talks to me and he talks to a few other guys, but that's it. That's it. He don't
That's
talk to a lot
that's
of people.
that's crazy.
He's happy,
I
man.
mean,
He's
yeah, but
happy.
I understand. I understand that, he put his body on the line. He fucked up his, shoulder. He also got that major injury across his chest, was it, or his
Yep.
arm?
His same
And
arm as the shoulder, so it's all that just kind of fucking on one spot.
I mean, shit, he gave us enough. So, like, after so
Yeah.
long and doing so much, I understand if you want to step away from the business completely. Or he could be one of those wrestlers, take him a fucking quite a few years away, make him mysterious like Sick Nick Mondo.
He might. He might. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Can we ask if you're looking to get any big tournaments this year? Carnage Cup, TOS, TOD, NGI, etc.
All of the above. All of the above, my guy. Like I said, I want to do that as many deathmatch tournaments this year as I can, because I just want to prove how much I want this. And doing multiple death matches in one night, I'll tell you, man, I love it. That feeling your body is afterwards, man. You just like, let's keep going. Let's keep doing this. So
What's the most matches you've done in one night or one weekend?
it's I did 4 in one night.
Ooh.
And that was a show for early in the day, and then I went and did the Death in the Family show, not for Wrestle Rave, it was for Death in the Family, and that was I worked with Gary J in the first round, the thumbtack match. I did Sky in that light tube prison match, and then the finals, the no rope barbed wire with me and Casanova Valentine, and that was the most matches I've done in one day. That was wild.
How was your match with Gary J? One of my partners is wanting to know. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he's a big Gary J fan, and he's a big fan of yours. So he's like, I
Hell
gotta
yeah.
ask, how's Gary J? So I was like, how was it?
Gary's the dude, man. He's the dude. I love Gary. He chops like he feels. Everyone likes to underestimate Gary because he's not exactly a big guy, but man, his bones are made of metal. Like when he chops you, it cuts through you instantly. It's like gunshots every time. You're like, ow. I'd rather take light tubes sometimes than get chopped by Gary. I'll be honest with you. So
I've heard that
Oh,
Gary
wow.
J has one of the hardest chops in the business. And then instantly when he drew back, by that time it done started going purple. I'm like, how the fuck can you do that? That is fucking.
he's
That's
like
cool.
Wolverine, man. His bones are metal. It's just like Wolverine. It's got to be, man.
I was watching him, and I think it was you and him, or it was him and Shane Mercer. It was a few nights ago, like probably about a week or two ago. And he just no, it was Shane Mercer. IWA,
Shane
he just
Mercer.
pop, and I'm like, you just fucking knocked Shane Mercer back, bro. I ain't fucking pissing you off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit. So how was it facing Shane Mercer?
Oh, when I did Shane Mercer at IWA, wow, God, that was a fun one. Wow, I think it's the last IWA show or one of the last ones before Ian shut down. Uh, Man, that guy's hilarious. That being said, man, you take that moonsault and battery, dude. That is a crazy ass. It's fun. I'm a weirdo though. I was just like, wee, as we're going to that thing, man. And then the impact. You're like, oh, okay, hold on.
Dude, I've seen that man perform that motherfucking shit so damn much, and when I see him do it to you, I'm like, I don't know how to feel about being in that position. Shane's something else, but he's actually from the same state, same town, same everything as me. We have the same fucking birthday. And me, Rob Black, Danny DeMano, Shane Mercer, all share the same fucking birthday.
Oh, what?
August the 5th.
August 5th. You, Shane Mercer, Danny D'Amato, and Rob Black. What the fuck, man?
I was like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck is this?
That's wild, dude. I love that.
Who would you say has the most powerful chops?
It's Gary all day long. I keep telling people, I think I broke it down, like, I'd say it's Gary. There's a guy named Aaron Anders. He doesn't work anymore. He worked for a little bit. He actually did a deathmatch tournament back for, do you remember the old one Manuel ran for a minute called, like, Evolve or something? Evo Wrestling? He's like way back in the day in, like, Louisville side, like Indiana side of Louisville. They ran a deathmatch tournament that had like Mean Mitch Page in it and Matt Tremont and all these guys.
It sounds familiar, but
Aaron Anders was the guy on there, and he came in, did one deathmatch tournament. That guy's more of like a technical guy. His hands are just big, right? And then third place was like ACH. I'd say that guy chops like a motherfucker. A guy named Jackson Stone back in the day, not the one from Ohio, but the one from Texas. That guy used to play for the Braves, and he just had these he had big like catcher's hands, and he just when he chop you, it would just knock you over at the same time. And then Killer Cash, man, that guy, I'd say fifth. Killer Cash, man, that guy's just big. I mean, he's 6'7", 6'8". His hands are giant, man.
I was amazed because I was sitting there on an interview with him and I seen like he was drinking a beer and I'm like, and he's like, look at
Looks
this.
like Andre the Giant drinking a beer, right?
I'm like, wait a minute, your hand can wrap around it? He's like, oh yeah, you want to see? And I'm like, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, a lot of people like that. And I'm like, bro, I love Killer Cash though. My wife is all about Killer Cash. She's like, I gotta meet him. And I was like,
Great.
you already know you're gonna meet him. My wife, my kids, they meet everybody that I interview.
Hell yeah.
My little girl, she's more of the wrestling fan. She'll
Yeah.
watch it. My boy, he's the one that wants to wrestle. He don't like watching it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're backwards. So I noticed that you started hardcore matches pretty early in your career.
Yeah.
Do you lean towards death matches because of that?
I think so. If I had to say the kind of matches I like the most, it's either death matches or like those kind of Japanese style matches where dudes just drop each other on their heads. That's like my two things I like. It's like I'll watch like 90s Japanese wrestling or like some really fucked up death matches. That's just kind of how I'm programmed, and I'm into that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all my questions I got for you. But I'd love to have you back on for a part two if you would do it.
Hell yeah, of course, man.
Fuck yeah.
We'll talk about stuff after I do the ICW and stuff, man. It'll be cool. We got some stuff coming up, man. Let's do it.
Before we go, do you have any questions for us?
No, man. Thank you. You guys have been awesome. I appreciate both of you. It's been very cool to be on this show finally. I'm glad we could line it up, man. Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Deathmatch Jesus. Thank you for coming on. Before